Hello, everyone,
Hi.
and welcome as we explain our mental health challenge for the month of May.
Woo.
So that's coming up in a few days. If you are on this channel, you'll know me as Sincerely Blue Jay, and this is my guest of the day, Kit Brannish, who also has a YouTube channel, so we'll link that. It is being rebuilt, much like the Sincerely Blue Jay one, so bear with us both. We're also joined by our fancy dancy mental health mascot, who you can help us name by joining us on Instagram. I've got a poll in my stories, and Kit may add one. We don't know. But yeah, you can help us name him. And basically, if you've been a part of my community, you know that mental health is something super important. It influences my writing. It's something that I have been working through for a good bit of my life. And it is one of the contributing factors to why I'm always supporting To Write Love on Her Arms, also known as TWLOHA. And this is from one of their previous campaigns. And today we're going to be walking you through their official mental health campaign. And then Kit has modified the campaign to accommodate for chronic illness and personal routines that are already in place. So you're going to see both versions. Do you want to say anything?
Yeah. So I'm, as she said, Kit Brannish. I have been a writer for basically my entire life, and I have also struggled with mental health issues even longer than that. But recently, I've also had to be dealing with some chronic health issues. Suddenly onset, but it means that my body simply cannot do the things that it used to do, and it cannot support my mental health in the way that it used to. So this period of my life is all about adaptation, learning what works for me, learning how to support myself on a physical, mental, and emotional level.
And the way that I'm thinking we're going to do this is I'll show you what's in the original kit, and I'll show you how Kit has modified it. Kit and Kit. Sorry.
Kit's Never apologize for puns.
So the original one comes in a fancy dancy box like this. And we're Vanna Whiting. This is great. And the first thing that you'll see when you open it is the tracker and the pledge to yourself. And Kit actually has copies of both of those.
I do.
We've just modified slightly in the fact that I have these little rose stickers that are various pretty shiny glossy colors, and Kit has found these very similar, just more matte and muted tones,
Yes.
which actually work better for their brain. So it's lovely.
Yeah.
And we're actually going to do another video a little later that we're filling in our promises to ourselves. So stay tuned for that. And you can actually join us in that celebration if you choose to. The next thing that you'll see in the kit is a t-shirt. Kit has not modified this, but you know.
I could. I have a Cricut. I could do this.
But that could be coming. And, you know, it's just a reminder and a way to start conversations in public, not only through Mental Health Month, but all year long. And anytime I wear a TWLOHA shirt, that happens. So it's very nice to know. Then you see the dice, which are like this and come in a very pretty box. And to simulate the dice, what did you do?
So because my challenge could not fit in the prompts on each die, a lot of my body issues will not let me do the things on the body dice, which I feel like we should explain what's on each die first.
Yes. And another issue is that some of the things on the dice Kit already is doing every day, so it's not really a challenge.
Yeah.
It's not really out of the norm. So that's another thing to address. So this black die is for community, and the things on it are text a friend, connect with your people, share your story, lend a hand, practice kindness, and text a friend. And then there's a little rose that means choose your own. The minty sage color is for your mind. Reset your space, work out your brain, journal, get creative, meditate.
That's it. That's all.
And the dice. I mean, the choose
rose.
your own rose.
Got this.
I don't know what color that is.
I think they call that dust.
Yes, dust. So it's like a gray, beigey wannabe. Has the rose, obviously, has pause and rest. Nourish your body, which is smudged on my set. Move your body, hydrate, and breathe in and out. So basically meditate. And then lastly, we have the body dice, which is like a pinky, rosy color. which is treat yourself, enjoy nature, listen to music, check in with yourself, think about the good, and then obviously the choose your own.
So, since a lot of these things I either can't do or, as Maddie said, I'm already doing through my own like therapeutic routines, I took a spreadsheet. I love spreadsheets and assigned each of the colors and categories as are on the dice. But I will be rolling just a standard six-sided die um, to choose which of the activities I have in my spreadsheet I will be doing. If I'm feeling squirrely, I can also roll a four-sided die to decide which of the categories I'm in. We'll see. But depending on how my body feels each day, sometimes I just can't do bodily things. Sometimes I physically cannot get out of bed. And that's something that I am learning to be okay with and learning to adapt to.
And that's something really cool about this challenge, no matter how you do it, traditionally or building your own. You don't have to do every category every day. You also don't have to do it every day. Like, if
Yeah.
you can't for whatever reason, or as long as you're taking care of yourself in some way every day, that is absolutely more than enough.
Which I think that is something that a lot of mental health advice kind of glosses over is some days you just can't. And some days to do a self-care activity or a mental health care activity is actually harmful. And so being able to have the space to pause and say, actually, you know what? If I were to do this thing that I said I would do today, it would actually harm me, would set me back. So being able to adapt in the moment is incredibly useful and important.
Absolutely. Or you can say, like, for example, the texting a friend one, you can do that even if you're not getting out of bed, or you can do
Yeah.
that, in a lot of different ways. So maybe that's just your go to backup task, or maybe you build your own backup task.
Yeah. So my tasks, which I actually did adapt for the body category, I have deep breathing, hydration, because Lord knows I never get enough water.
And yet we both carry around water bottles.
We carry around big water bottles too. That's the sad part. Eat a yummy food, which helps with both nourishing my body and with working through some eating disorders I've worked through. Stretch, and I put a reminder to myself on here, be gentle with your limits. That's something I need to remember. Take a shower or a bath, deep condition my hair, paint my nails, like one of those spa day, just kind of like existing, grooming as a way of like self-care and self-pampering. And then time in the sun is my other body one, because I do love some vitamin D. In the mind category, I have read something new, language practice. I am working my way towards polyglotness, multiple languages. Reset your space, make something tangible. I am a very crafty person, but most of
What did
my
you call yourself yesterday? It was perfect.
craft grandma.
Yes.
I'm the craft grandma friend. Yeah, that's been an inside joke for a while.
I'm sorry, that was just great. Oh.
But since a lot of my creativity goes towards writing, which is largely done on my computer, I can't always hold it in my hands and say, "Hey, I made this." I can look at my word count counter. I can look at my like feedback I've gotten over the years, but I can't hold it.
Well,
So
speaking of something you made with your hands
I did
recently,
make this with my hands.
you built this for us the other day, and it's great. This is the cover for our personal mental health journals. Both of us are using iPads and Goodnotes, so it was really awesome to be able to adapt this into our challenge and to. It's getting glare, but it's really pretty. It's really pretty, and
I
it's on
make
my
that.
Instagram. And yeah, you made that with your hands for us, and it didn't take you long either.
Oh no, I just kind of scribbled that out. It was fun.
And it's great.
So yeah, making something that I can actually hold and say, "Hey, I produced something. I created and added to the world in a tangible, physical way." And then I have write something challenging. After 20 years of being a writer, at some point, I feel like I need to create some sort of challenge to like stretch my
You can
creative
write a
muscles.
Sistina.
I could write a Sistina
It made
if
the
I
girls
hated
go
myself.
crazy. But
If
they
I
wrote great Sistinas. You
if
could
I
too.
wanted to cry and hate the world and rethink all my life choices, I could write a Sistina. The other one is puzzles and brain teasers, just little riddles and stuff. I can come here and ask for riddles. I can bang on
Taylor's
his
the riddle
door,
goblin. Yeah.
demand for riddles. the riddles he's given me have all been so easy.
Oh my god, he did one the other day and the answer's salt. And I just remember going, dude, everything you did tells me this is salt. There's not a hard clue in here anywhere.
He's straight up given me riddles out of The Hobbit before.
Yeah, because to him that's challenging.
Oh, honey. So moving on to the heart section. I have gratitude journal. Go for a drive. So this is a big one. Because of my physical condition, I can't really work anymore. Meaning that in order to get out of the house on the regular, I have to like go somewhere. I can't really walk anywhere. So hop in my car, drive down the highway is a huge thing for my mental health. That time with the music playing and the window down, except it's too hot now because we live in Nevada. But music therapy is on there as well. Self-reflection, play a game, listen to a lighthearted podcast.
I'm curious only because I think for our audience this is big. When you say play a game,
Yes.
you're leaving it up to yourself to play a board game, a video game, a game on your phone. Like it could be any game, right?
Yes, so long as I am engaging in play. There is this old Star Trek quote that my dad has drilled into my head since I was a wee tot. But the more complex a mind, the more it craves the simplicity of play. And being able to just goof around in some form, either on a video game or on my phone or playing like a tabletop RPG or a board game with my friends, that sort of thing, like resets the slate a bit.
So I just wanted to emphasize that that could be anything to you as long as it's the lighthearted nature, the getting lost in it, having fun kind
Yeah.
of thing.
Yeah, precisely. Having fun. The final category was community. So I have call a friend, perform a random act of kindness, people watch, write a letter snail mail style, which I actually really appreciate. And I kind of got the idea from you and your postcards, but like the
I
act
steal
of
mail all the time.
I know you do. I love that. I love it. But you know that joy when you open up your mailbox and oh my gosh, someone wrote me a letter. And it's also like just this act of absolute love. I'm like, yes, I know I can text you. Yes, I know where you live and I can drive down the street. It's like 20 minutes to your house. But I'm going to write you this letter and I'm going to put stickers on it and I'm going to do a little doodle of a dog and I'm going to put a stamp on it and mail it to your house.
And it's really great that this is one of your tasks because if you comment in the comments today or on day one of this challenge, you are entered into getting a postcard from me to celebrate your success, whatever that may look like. And we would love to hear from you. So make sure to
Yes.
comment and do the things because
If you act quickly and if you make it funny enough, I might doodle a dog on your postcard for you.
we've seen that. That's cool.
Okay. Next one is engage in an online setting with members of the community, which I also left that one rather vague because I am in several communities. I'm in several fandom communities, writing communities. My entrepreneurial job has its own community. So
Good wording there.
Thank you. We're
Just because I
family
know there
friendly
are
on this
some
channel.
families that are watching this right now.
This channel is family friendly. Mine slightly less so.
So yeah, I was gonna leave a note in the comments about, or in the description about that, but yeah, glad it has been shared.
So yeah, my entrepreneurial community has online communities. And so just engaging with those, I have friends who are constantly hounding me to just leave comments on like fandom things I like on Twitter. And that's actually been really good for me. But any community, but engaging, actually talking to other humans. And the last one I absolutely took from this one is share your story. Take a minute, sit down, talk about the many aspects and facets of my story because everybody's story has so many layers and they're so different and they have so many layers. Like you can't really
Ogres and onions.
Ogres and onions. I said that yesterday too. You can't really look at some person and say, oh, one thing is their whole story. My mental illness, my chronic illness, none of it is my whole story. There are so many layers, but all of them come together to make me.
And I think that it's really cool knowing what came in the kit and seeing how Kit has adapted this challenge. There are overlaps, which is great, but also there's taking time and going, you know what? I really need this. This is what is going to help me. Which leads me to the next step of this. We actually built our own journals to track this. And inside of it, we have Vertellis pages. And the Vertellis Journals, I've also worked with for a long time. They are a Swedish company that no longer ships to the US, which is very sad. But if you are anywhere overseas, you can still get it. And it is a really great opportunity to sit down and check in with yourself every day. And they're really cool. They have challenges that allow you to be grateful for something. They ask you what challenged you in the day. They ask you like how you're going to overcome that. And then there are tasks like to create your own mantra or to create your own affirmation or to give yourself a new challenge for the week or to just different things to really connect with yourself. And then there are also challenges where you actually have to connect with your loved ones. So it'll be like, who haven't you talked to lately? And can you go ask them these 3 questions and have them ask you back? Or like go to dinner with someone and talk about the experience. And so it's very, very nice how it is built. And I just happen to take the next chapter that I'm on and include it into our journals. But it's a really awesome opportunity. And you can journal in any way that feels right. Or again, if you're able to get Vertellis, then I highly, highly, highly recommend it.
Yeah, the name of the game really is adaptability, and like, how will this help you? Because if you take a challenge that's designed for one person, the whole thing is not going to work perfectly for you. But if you're able to take that and make it something that will help you, then that's what this whole thing is about, is helping ourselves and challenging ourselves to work on our own journeys, our own opportunity areas.
Mhm. And if you still want to support To Write Love on Their Arms and their whole mission, I've started a fundraiser page with them. So you can donate without buying the kit and you can make your own challenge. And that is just as incredible and empowering and beautiful, if not more so, because you did it from the ground up. And I think that is everything except our name for our little buddy and what the rest of the series is going to look like. So we'll be back with that in just a minute. See you in a sec. Alrighty, so now that we're back, this is a mock-up of what the future videos in the series are going to look like. And they're going to start off with an introduction. So like today, it feels like the first day of summer. It is not summer yet. And I am feeling very sluggish, very tired. I'm reminding myself I need water and just to take it slow. And Kit, how are you feeling?
I'm also feeling sluggish. When we say it feels like the first day of summer, we live in the desert, so it is over 90 degrees Fahrenheit today, and it's still technically April. Struggling with a bit of brain fog. I don't know if you've noticed the struggles to have coherent thoughts. They're coming. It's just taking me a minute to get to them. So I am also reminding myself, take care of my body, make sure I eat, make sure I drink lots of water, make sure I rest, and then just reminding myself it doesn't have to be everything all at once all the time.
Mm-hmm. And then the next step is if I'm with a guest, the guest and I will give you a journaling prompt. If it's just me, I have a prompt for you. And I recommend taking about 5 minutes. If you need longer, obviously take longer. If you feel like you don't need the whole 5 minutes or you're just not there for 5 minutes, like do what you need, modify it. And today, Kit and I have decided that the question we want you to journal about is, where do you see yourself benefiting from this challenge? Like, what improvements or what steps can you take to get even closer to the best version of yourself or to the happiest version of yourself or whatever it is you're looking for? Yeah. So go ahead and take some time to journal. I have a lovely little interlude that I'll be adding here. And then after journaling, we will roll our dice. So I have the traditional dice that we already discussed. And Kit has the fancy dancy chart and a D6 and a D4. So we're going to walk you through both of those roles and how they would look. Today, I feel like I could tackle everything on the list. So I have meditate on my mind. I have think about the good for my heart, pause and rest for my body, and my community is the free. So I'm here sharing my story,
All
and I
right.
think that works out pretty well. Go ahead and walk us through your role.
Yeah, so I'm going to start by rolling the d4 because I don't know that I could take all four challenges today, but we're going to roll it. And I got a 1, which on my spreadsheet correlates to body. So then I'm going to take my d6 here and give it a roll. I got a 4, which correlates to stretch. And remember to be gentle with your limits.
Okay.
So I'll be doing like some very gentle yoga, just making sure that all of my limbs and joints are loose but not overextended.
And then for me, like I said, we're sharing our story, which is community. Pause and rest, I've kind of already done today in the fact that, like, I slept in, I have been taking things very slow. I should have been doing some writing, but I chose to step away from that. And I feel like that's definitely on the pause side of things. Thinking about the good, I'll do some journaling in a little bit. And for meditating, I have a really cool, it's a movement meditation on Audible where he kind of like walks you through dances and stretches while you meditate. If I'm feeling up to it, I'll do that. If not, I have Headspace and I will choose something on there that feels good to me or feels right in the moment. You don't have to do that. You can meditate in whatever way feels best to you. There are YouTube guided meditations, there are free resources everywhere. Or if you just want to count your breaths, that is meditating as well.
I actually use the app Insight Timer, which has several guided meditations. You can filter by length, you can filter by what you're hoping to achieve. I
Oh,
have ones that I use in
nice.
the morning.
I haven't heard of that one. So we'll link both of those. And then if you have your favorites, let us know in the comments below because all the resources are valuable and incredible and awesome. And nothing in this video is sponsored, although we are trying to direct, love to Write Love on Her Arms this month. And then there's one more like journal prompt or task that we'll have at the end of the video for you to take away with you and to kind of look at. And today, I think that is finding who you can connect with throughout this challenge. So, like for me, I have Kit, I have my friend Serena, I have my boyfriend Zach or the pineapple. And for sure, those people are participating, but I have a couple of other people that are kind of dabbling or kind of interested. And even if they don't, I can still connect with them throughout the challenge and I can still, be there for them, whatever they're going through. And hopefully they will be there for me as well.
Hmm.
What about you? Anyone you can?
Yeah. So obviously I have Maddie. I have
Sorry.
I have my actual therapist and my mental health team. I also have several friends who may or may not choose to participate, but who do know of my struggles and know what I'm doing this month. So I can just sit down, talk to them. If I need like accountability buddies, I have several who can kick my butt into gear. Um, and then all of those online communities I mentioned earlier in the video. I'm very open about having mental illnesses, chronic illnesses. And so I'm very grateful for the support that I have pretty much everywhere.
And again, we want to hear your answers to anything we've discussed in this video. So leave it in the comments below. And by doing so, you are entering yourself into our postcard or snail mail giveaway. So we are very excited to see that. And this is going up a little bit early so that you can get settled. You can build your challenge. You can buy your kit. You can do whatever you need to do. We'll be back on the 1st with the first official day of this. And we're very, very excited to see how it goes. Yeah. Thank you for joining us, and we'll be back soon.